Okay. Hi, my name's Rebs Beers. I'm a graphic designer and illustrator, and I recently graduated from UNT with a BFA in communication design and a minor in art history. For the past year, I've been working on designing a mural for the Union, and I'd like to show you a little bit about that. In July of 2021, I had the idea to do a Where's Waldo kind of style illustration. I wanted to include a lot of different references to parts of like UNT lore. The reference that people will probably spot first is the Flat Earth car. Another reference is to the cars that you'll see around Denton that change their messages on them for different events. So all of the lawn signs that you'll see throughout this piece are actually very tiny little recreations of some of my favorite lawn signs that I designed while working as a graphic designer for DesignWorks. If you're looking for Lucky very closely, you will find him in the book arch that is at the beginning of the library mall. I wanted to hide him a little bit better, but I was worried that people wouldn't be able to find him, and we need Lucky. In these trying times, we do need Lucky. Something important I wanted to include was some different alumni. The first mention would be of Joe Green. This is specifically from the commercial where a boy gives him his Coke, and in return he gives him his very sweaty towel. I also added a tribute to Dr. Phil. I also added Greg Yonda, who studied broadcast journalism at UNT. He won an Emmy for it. An actual Emmy? He had an Emmy award-winning miniseries where he was a half-human, half-fly boxing referee. In the middle of this courtyard, you'll see our president, Neil Smastrick. There's no way I said his name right. Something that I also wanted to include was a comprehensive list of every UNT mascot that we have had. There is a mascot that is not technically a UNT official mascot. It's a character that I created as semi a parody of Scrappy during my freshman year in the middle of an art appreciation course, but I wanted to include him because he's an important part of why I love Scrappy, and he's the more creepy part of him. Another event you'll see going on another part of campus is a UPC event. Something that was important to me to include was to add the friends that I've made on campus and my family that has supported me throughout my journey of getting my degree. Steve, Kelly, and Tony were all bosses that I've had while working at DesignWorks who've been very influential in my growth as a designer and definitely helped make this project possible. The Frisbees on the roof, which is of course a reference to the famous bit from Community of there constantly being Frisbees on the roof. My boss Steve made me include that one. The spoons and the Easter eggs full of beans. The Easter eggs happened during my freshman year. Easter eggs appeared overnight and they just had uncooked beans in them. I personally found 3 of them in the library mall. These spoons leading up the stairs in the back of the mural are a reference to something that actually happened this past year. Where somebody had been collecting hundreds of spoons during their time at UNT from Bruce Hall, and they left a trail of spoons across campus. Yeah, it deserved a mention. That was a lot of effort. You'll see Spider-Man at the top of the administration building. This is of course a reference to the campus Spider-Man. I believe that we've actually had quite a few. Towards the bottom of the piece is a reference to Pothead, who was a guy that walked around with a pot on his head. On the left-hand side of the piece, you'll see the guy that walks around dressed as Ash Ketchum every single day. I see him constantly in the Union. I believe I have seen him all 4 years, and I really appreciate his dedication. I also included my grandparents since they're actually UNT alumni. One of my friends, Faith Alvarez, is actually in a band now called Pennyboard, so I wanted to add that in as well. So she's giving a little performance on the stage right there. This is my cat, this is my dog. I love them. Coming back to our beloved Epi, who is stuck in his glass prison on top of the Union roof. I have a confession. The original picture of Epi that has surfaced on Reddit and kind of become a meme within the UNT community, that was my fault. I made the mistake of visiting Epi one time, and I took a picture and sent it to my family group chat, not knowing that my little sister, who is now at UNT, would post it to her Twitter, and that would be taken from Twitter and put on Reddit. So it's kind of blown out of control, but I thought that he's a very important figure to me, and obviously to the UNT people, so I wanted to make sure that he was displayed in all his glory. in the form that people really appreciated him in. If you'd like to see more of my work and what I'm doing, follow me on social media. You can find me at Rebs in Space on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find my website at rebsbeers.squarespace.com that has my entire portfolio and a lot of cool work that I've gotten to do for UNT in the past couple of years.